I'm Jeff, a physical therapist at Rehab United, and this is Zach, an aide at Rehab United, and we're here to talk baseball pitching mechanics and some lead-up drills that you can do prior to your game or practice on that day to help prevent injury and help you prepare yourself for that day on the mound.
Jeff mentioned, I'm going to give you a couple of quick exercises here to get you warmed up for your day on the practice or for your game. Okay, you're going to start in a kneeling position. You're going to get your hips nice and warmed up. Okay, one knee on the ground. You're going to take the bat. You're going to drive straight forward, overhead. Okay, we're stretching out our hip flexors here. You should feel a good pull here. Our hips are pretty important for your throw. They provide you a lot of power. Also for your fielding, everything that you need for your game. So we're trying to get those all nice and stretched out, lengthened out. Bat overhead helps get the upper body and the thoracic spine into it. Okay, about 10 times there. Next we're going to work on our backhand. So same thing with the bat here. Driving forward. Bat helps keep a nice straight arm through that arm slot. Good throwing position. Okay, you should still feel that stretch through the hip flexors. Getting some rotation through your thoracic spine as well. Okay. After that, we're going to go through our follow through. Okay, same thing with the bat, keeping our arm nice and straight. Going forward. Nice good arm slot. Okay. Should feel that stretch through the hip again. Do that on both legs, both arms. All right, after that, we're going to transition to a standing position. Okay. More baseball specific. So you're doing your throwing while you're standing. Okay, so find either a chair or the bench in the dugout you can do this on. We're going to do those same 3 motions. Straight up overhead first. Should feel that same stretch through the hips. After that, we're going to our backhand again. Okay. Same position. Still think about keeping that arm nice and straight. Still pushing forward from the hip. Finally, we're doing our follow through. Okay. Those 3 will help you get warmed up for your game or your practice. And then Jeff here is going to take you through some more mechanical based stuff, help you while you're out there getting ready to pitch or play in a game.
Now that Zach took us through some of those lead-up drills to pitching, I'm going to add a little bit more of a speed component, a little more of a functional warm-up that you can do using the towel drill. Many of us have probably used the towel drill, so I'm going to walk us through the towel drill. So to start off with the towel drill, we can take it into a more of a static approach. So just put that foot forward. And in terms of a slow motion approach, what you can do, you want to make sure you're coming back, getting good rotation of that upper back, getting good elongation here with the pec, having that scapula kind of retract back, and keeping a nice neutral wrist. As you follow through, you want to continue to use that rotation as you come on through. Coming through. So in terms of, as we do this in more of a real-time motion here in a second, things we want to look for are all those things. That rotation, that pec elongating here. As you follow through, the sound you want to be listening for is a whoosh of the towel, not a snapping forward, allowing us to know that we are using those proximal muscles engaged in the throwing that we want to use. So in terms of real time, we're coming back, coming through, a nice whoosh sound. Coming through. Now as you do that, you know, it's repetitions for me, throwing many times, so you know you want to do repetitions, 20, 30 repetitions at minimum. We can take that into a more on-mound approach, so we can go from the wind-up or the stretch. So we can be here, same thing, hearing that nice whoosh sound. Coming on through. So all these lead-up drills that Zach has done, that I have done, are help preparing us for the mound, engaging all the way from the ground up, getting the foot going, getting the hips going, getting the core going, getting that scapula, that thoracic spine going, to allow less stress at the elbow and prepare us for the mound, preventing injury. Thank you.